Hi again! Today I'm going to talk to you about using LinkedIn as a platform for marketing your online business. Now, LinkedIn has been adding some really nice new features to itself recently. It has been seen as the network to go to if you are in B2B, i.e. you're a business that sells to other businesses. But it's much more than that, really. It's a place where you can make connections directly with people and be expected to talk about business. Whereas the other social networks, you are really going to join in the conversations that people are already having, and that will be people from every walk of life. Under the sun, and they could be talking about their pets, about friends, about family, all sorts of stuff. They're not necessarily talking business, whereas LinkedIn is the place to go where you're automatically expected to talk about business. Now, because of that, it does have a bit of a reputation for maybe being sometimes a little bit boring, but actually it's really exciting to be able to go there and connect with people when everybody knows that your motivation is going to be around something business focused. So you haven't got to almost have that pretense maybe that you have sometimes with other platforms, that you are not in it just to do business. I know that for some people that can be really hard. LinkedIn, you're there to do business. Everybody knows that, everybody accepts that. And for that reason, the whole ethos around the platform tends to be a bit more professional. So as I say, some people do find it a little bit boring, but it can be a great place to build connections directly with people. As a company on LinkedIn, you can have a company page and an account that represents your company. But for the most part, for small businesses, if you haven't used LinkedIn yet, you'll want to start by setting up a personal profile that represents you, the person. And this is the case whether you are there because you're the CEO of your small business or the marketer, or you're doing every role under the sun, or whether you are actually a one-person band and you are the expert and you are building a network because you are building your personal brand, your expert status. Your profile, your personal profile, will form the center of your LinkedIn activity. Now, some people for a long time have just thought that a LinkedIn profile is all about writing a CV in the third person. But just think about the person who would come along and read that profile. Do they really just want to read a CV? No. We all know that when we go anywhere and we read anything, at the back of our mind, really, what's going through our heads is, what's in it for me? And that's absolutely the same with LinkedIn. If someone is reading your profile, they have an interest in you, but they have an interest in what you might be able to help them with, or what you can do for them. So write your profile in those terms. Don't write a boring old CV in the third party, because if somebody does come across you, are they really going to want to wade through that? They're much more likely to skip to somebody whose profile talks all about how they help people and maybe gives examples of how they help people, encourages you to take the next step with them, and maybe gives away a little bit of free advice in the form of a link to a download or a video or something like that. So make your profile sing to the people that you would really like to attract and interact with on LinkedIn. Now, as well as you going out there and finding people to connect with on LinkedIn, people will also find you. And people go to LinkedIn when they've got a need that they need fulfilling. So they need somebody to help with this, that, or the other. So, and when they go to look for people, unless they've already been told to go and find a certain person and check them out, they will tend to search. And they will search based on a keyword or a string of keywords. So work out what it is that the people that you want to interact with or attract on LinkedIn, work out what it is that they would be searching for, and make sure that you had those keywords in your LinkedIn profile. Because when you do, you are far more likely to show up in the search than somebody who doesn't have those keywords. And the most important place to have it is in your title, that thing that sits at the top. And then the next most important place is your summary, and so on down your profile. So make sure those keywords are there in your profile so that you can be found. And then when someone finds you, make sure that your profile will actually attract them to read and take the next step with you. You want a call to action in your profile. Don't forget also to ask people for recommendations, for testimonials for the work that you have done for them. Because if somebody was to go and look for, say, an accountant on LinkedIn, which they may very well do, if they came across an accountant with a profile with one recommendation, an accountant with a very similar profile with 10 recommendations, the person they are likely to look at first and contact first out of those two is going to be the person with 10 recommendations, all else being equal. You want to build up the number of connections that you have on LinkedIn, because the more real connections that you have there, again, the higher you will come in search rankings, because search is based not only on keywords but also on your current network. So you might be on the edge of somebody's network because you are actually directly connected to someone that they are also directly connected with. That's the way that LinkedIn works. So the more connections you've got, the more chance you've got of appearing in somebody's search results. LinkedIn has groups, and groups are fantastic places to join in the discussion with and help people out. After a time, you may well, when you found a couple of groups that are really great for you, you may well be able to go in and post your own valuable content within those groups. But I would always start off by going in and helping out whenever you can when other people are asking questions. So it stands to reason that you want to join groups of people who are potentially going to be your customers and clients, or who could open the door to customers and clients for you. Once you are in a group, you've got a really, really good reason then to connect with other people within that group, even if you don't know them in real life. And once you've connected with somebody there, then you could actually, then your door opens up to all the second tier connections, to all the people who are connected with them. You've then got a reason to go out and ask to connect to some of those second tier connections as well. But also remember that you can search on LinkedIn. So you can search on LinkedIn for the kinds of people that you would love to work with. Say you need to get 10 new clients in a month, for example, for that to be brilliant news for your business. Why not go and research, say, a hot list of 50 or 100 prospective clients on LinkedIn and have a look at their profiles, work out what commonality you may have with some of these people, and send them a connection request with a reason why you think you should connect. Very often you will find that you've both got another connection in common. Maybe you both studied the same subject at university, or you've both worked for similar companies or something like that. Have a reason to connect with someone. Send them a little note. Say, I'd love to connect with you because... And then if they do connect, you can respond and say, thank you for connecting. I'd love to find out a bit more about what you do. Or thanks for connecting. Do you go to local networking meetings? Something like that to kick the conversation off. And from there, you can have a conversation on private message on LinkedIn with this newfound connection, and you can take it any way you please. And that could include having a call, meeting up for coffee, or whatever it is that would work for you both and for your business. So you can see LinkedIn, just from that short summary I've given you, LinkedIn is an incredibly powerful tool to cut through a lot of noise and connect directly with people that you really want to interact with and that you know could really help you grow your business, and obviously give you the chance to help other people grow their businesses as well. So please don't discount LinkedIn because somebody else says it's boring. Please go and give it a try out for yourself. It's a brilliant place to be. even on the free account level, there are paid versions as well, but even on the free account level, the search is really, really powerful. And if nothing else, if you don't do anything else with it, if you've got a meeting with somebody coming up, go and have a look and find them on LinkedIn. Find out from their profile a bit about them, a bit about what they're interested in, a bit about what their background is, so that you can go into that meeting much more informed about them. And they will probably be absolutely stunned that you've taken the time to research them. And how brilliantly is that going to start the meeting off? So I really hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. If you've got ideas for other videos that you would like me to make, then please let me know. I'd be only too happy to do so. But until the next video, I'm going to sign off. So it's bye for now.